But let's quickly go through mine. So completely busted because I had Barcelona going through. I should have picked Bayern Munich. I should have known better. Galatasaray, I had too much faith in them against Liverpool. I had too much faith in Manchester City being able to get past Real Madrid. Barcelona, who I said are my winners, and I thought that Bodo Glimt could continue the Cinderella story. I did have Arsenal taking them down, but Tony Meola, let's pull yours up and see how yours turned out. I think you're still doing pretty well here.
Oh, wow.
Not as many red marks as mine, Tone.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, Claudia.
He was remembering.
I'm trying to remember who I picked. I got
your glasses on.
I got Bayern. Yeah, I know. I got Bayern as the champion still there. That's the one on the left that I was up in the air. But I went with Bayern because I said day one of Champions League, match day one, we were asked to pick a winner. And I picked Bayern, and I wasn't going to change from what I picked, whatever couple months it was ago that I did. So I stayed with Bayern. But yeah, I like it.
This looks good. Hannah was really hoping that we would have done this yesterday because she would look like an absolute genius because she has Real Madrid at the top. So she went from being the top winner to near the bottom of our rankings. But Hannah, walk us through this. You had something going with Real Madrid.
Yeah, I just want to come on here and say we were supposed to do the segment yesterday, and for timing reasons, we had to push it to today. And I would have been top of the leaderboard. This would be looking a whole lot less red if we'd done it yesterday.
You would have built it up, though, and then I think we would have done this again today. Yeah. So you would have set yourself up for a steeper drop.
I think I could have been the only person at the Golazo network to have put Real Madrid beating Manchester City, and I was really proud of that one. But then yesterday it was so close. I was watching with my hand in prayer position, but they couldn't get it done.
Lots of reds there. But so, as we talked about, Hannah, let's not even talk about where your ranking is. Let's talk about where I am.
I was where Ian Joy is right now.
Sitting. This is our leaderboard here for Champions League. Ian Joy at the top. So does that mean Tony Meola is second right now?
I think that's what it means, Claudia, by being in that position. Yeah.
I'm really joint third. If I'm looking at it as a leaderboard, I'm tied to that.
Well, if you're looking at it like that, we can pretend that. Ian Joy, though, he will eventually lose that top spot because he did pick Barcelona to win it all. So maybe Tony or Marco Messina or JD or Jimmy Conrad. I don't know how this is going to shape up. Right now, those are the three that are leading. So maybe eventually.
Do they all have different winners? Do they all have different winners?
I think they all have Bayern Munich. Yeah, because JD, being an Arsenal fan, didn't pick Arsenal to win it all. I still think Bayern is going to win it now. Now that I see how it's all worked out, I should have picked Bayern. Now I can predict everything now. But, guys, let's do an early semifinal preview.
Yeah, we're going to be looking at the semifinals. I really enjoyed the bracket challenge. I think that's quite an American sports thing, isn't it, bracket?
It is very much, yeah.
Aaron and I would have enjoyed it, too, if we got our invite, if we got the code.
We got left out.
Next year.
I have my bracket up. I've got 13 points and Bayern wins.
All right, so why don't we preview some of these semi-finals? Tony, let's start off with you. Who has the edge going into the game of Bayern Munich taking on PSG? Remember, PSG won this tournament last year.
Man, I'm a fan of PSG. I'm also a fan of Bayern, by the way.
You got Bayern to win.
I do, and I said from the start I was going to pick Bayern. I stayed with Bayern, but I love the way PSG plays. Of the teams that I like watching, they're one of them for sure. I keep telling you, Vitinha will become my favorite player in the world when Luka Modric retires, right? And then he becomes my favorite. But so in the attacking part of the field, when I think about Kane, Diaz, Olise against Cavada, Dembele, and Doué, this is a really tough one. I'm gonna flip my imaginary coin, and I'm gonna go with Bayern Munich because of the number of goals that they've scored this season in the attack. In the midfield, I think this one is a little bit easier, for me. When I think about Vitinha, Zaire Emery, and Neves, the engine of PSG is the midfield for me. So I give the midfield to PSG. Defense and keeper. So they made a big change in goal, right? Chevalier is not the goalkeeper anymore. Safonov has come in. They brought him to replace Donnarumma, Chevalier. So they've got some question marks there. But I think there is a question mark with Bayern's defense between Ta and Upamecano, and maybe a little bit mistake-prone. This one is a toss-up. If there's any way to not put an X in, I would do it.
Put it over the defense/keeper, right in the middle.
Take out yesterday, I'm going to slightly give it to Bayern Munich because of Manuel Neuer's experience in Champions League. I'll go back a week ago on how good he was compared to yesterday, where I'm going to look at it as maybe more of a one-off, if you will. So coaching Luis Enrique, because I think this one is the easy one. He's won a Champions League. Vincent Kompany is in this position now for the first time. So that goes to PSG. The bench is an interesting one as well. There's no chance to put 2 X's. Luis Enrique only made 3 substitutions in the match the other day because I don't know that he wanted to go too deep in his bench. Toss-up, but I'm going to give it slightly to Bayern Munich.
Okay, so that means you think Bayern Munich have the edge going into this game, but different categories.
Yeah, different categories, and again, I picked Bayern Munich to win it, right, and go through. So maybe that is the separator. I don't know. The benches are always important in moments like this. You don't know when the substitution patterns will happen and all of that, but slight edge to Bayern Munich. But those, you could have flipped a couple of those either way.
Yeah. Who is the edge going into the other semi-final? Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid. Remember, they met in the league phase, and Arsenal beat them 4-0.
Yeah, that was a thrashing, and I think that things will be much different. In the knockout rounds, there is not that much separation between these two teams. But if we're going to go category by category, we're going to start in the attack. I'm going to give that to Atletico Madrid because of Julian Alvarez and Antoine Griezmann, but particularly I think Alvarez is the best attacker in this series.
Even Sorloth. Sorloth's a fantastic player.
We'll get to him in a different category. Midfield, we're going to go with Arsenal. Even though Zubamendi has dropped off recently, Declan Rice is a world-class player. Arsenal's engine room there, I think I'm going to give it to them over Atletico Madrid because Atletico Madrid have a lot of very good players, none quite to the ability of Declan Rice. Plus, like, Llorente is kind of everywhere all at once. I don't know, he's a midfielder, but you could also put him as a fullback or a wide player or whatever. I'm going to give that to Arsenal. Defense and keeper, I'm also give that to Arsenal. We're talking about it. They are, I believe, the best defensive team in Europe right now. So that one goes to them, though. Obviously, any Cholo Simeone team can match it up defensively with the greats. Coaching, Cholo Simeone. For me, I don't think that is close either. Not disrespect to Arteta. That is just how much I believe and respect Cholo Simeone, right? And bench, I'm going to go with Atletico Madrid. Cholo Simeone has done really, really well at managing this group and knowing kind of the right times to bring guys in and also how to manage. Like, Antoine Griezmann wants to play 90 minutes. Alexander Sorloth wants to be a starter. You go on down the list, and it takes a special group to have buy-in from all these players and to say, hey, whether you're starting, whether you're coming off the bench, whether we pull you at 60 minutes or you get to go 90, everybody's bought in. So for me, Atletico Madrid have the advantage there, but just like, for different reasons, but just like the other semifinal tie, these two teams are so very tight.
Well, there we go. Lovely stuff, everyone. The semi-finals are set in the Champions League. We have our final 4. You can catch these games on Paramount Plus. April 28th, Bayern Munich taking on PSG, and April 29th, Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid. And also, everyone, for the second year in a row that Paramount Plus, we have Beckham and Friends. David Beckham will be doing a watch-along during the second legs of the semi-finals with all of his A-list friends and also our Champions League desk.
Thanks for watching this video from Morning Footy. For all news and insights regarding leagues around the world like EFL, Serie A, and all UEFA competitions, both men's and women's, don't forget to sign up for Paramount Plus.